Cairns boasts international, domestic and general aviation facilities, which enables ease of access for people and freight to all corners of the globe. With large passenger movements, the facilities have allowed the region to grow both as a commercial and holiday location. Cairns is also home to Aviation Australia, a world-class registered training organisation and the only Civil Aviation Authority CASA and European Aviation Safety Agency EASA approved training organisation in Australia.
My name is Chris Piggott. I'm the Business Manager for Aviation Australia and I look after Northern Australia. What Aviation Australia does, we've got 2 training facilities in Queensland, one in Cairns and one in Brisbane. What we do is we train people to go into the aviation industry. So whether it's aircraft engineers, pilots, flight attendants, whatever shortage there is in the aviation industry, we're there to train them up. Aviation Australia teaches, instructs and trains aviation in every state of Australia, plus overseas. Our largest training facility is in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We train 4,500 engineers a year there. Our company supplies people to the industry. Now, it's easy to go and build a big $18 million hangar, but if you don't have anyone to put in it, it's not a business. So we supply the people, we supply the pilots, we supply the engineers, we supply the flight attendants to allow the industry to grow. We can train anyone from all over the world with their qualifications. I like being involved in the growth of the industry. There's a lot of growth in Cairns, and part of that growth is supplying people for the industry and giving back to the industry, having been aircraft engineer and pilot myself. What Cairns does well is that we're perfectly positioned in the Asia Pacific region. We also hold the highest aviation approvals in Australia. Aviation Australia is the only company that has the European Aviation Safety Agency approval. One project we're working on at the moment, it's the development of a business case for an advanced composite fibre manufacturing and repair facility at a world-class standard. That's being sponsored by the state government, and we've got PricewaterhouseCoopers working with us to have that advanced project located here in Cairns. We do have a growth in drones, remote pilots, and we do also have a NASA base in the Northern Territory that will be doing further development we can work with.
Phil Anderson, I'm the Senior Base Pilot for the Flying Doctors in Cairns. RFDS's motto is the furthest corner, the finest care. So we provide medical assistance to people who live in remote and rural Australia. Our patch that we look after in Cairns is essentially Cape York, which is from Cairns west to Normanton, then north to Horn Island, which is about 300,000 square kilometres. John Flynn was a guy who was like a travelling padre who used to go around to the pioneering families in rural and remote Australia and provide medical help. He just saw the need for better access and knew that incorporating aviation into it was going to be the best way to do it. The services we provide on the Cape are aeromedical retrievals, where we will go and pick people up out of the dirt who've injured themselves. A lot of hospital retrieval work, so we'll pick up patients from Horn Island, Weipa and other locations and just bring them down to a higher level of care here in Cairns, or even further, they might even get picked up from Cairns and then be transferred on to Brisbane. And on top of that, we do clinic work as well, where we're taking teams of doctors, nurses and mental health physicians out to communities on a daily basis, as well as overnight trips as well. There's no day the same, which is very attractive to the type of pilot I think that we employ. So RFDS is a good Australian icon, and I think that attracts a lot of people for working here as well. So most flying we would do would be a nurse only in the back, so for inter-hospital transfers, and then we would pick up a doctor and take them with us if the patient's condition was such that needed a doctor, or if we were going to a first response somewhere. We have a standard fit out, and then if we're taking the doctor flying, we'll throw in some extra gear as well. That's always a changing environment as well, what's in the back of the aircraft, how much stuff we take. And obviously the more stuff we take, the less fuel we can take, that's always a trade-off, right? The less fuel we take, the less distance we can cover. Drone technologies is one thing that's on the horizon for us, I think. We're starting to use that quite a bit now in military environments where they can actually deliver medical supplies via drone. Our IT guys are looking at that sort of stuff, which would be great for us if we can deploy medical aid via a drone anywhere on the Cape.